Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings, Venice Beach. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Monday, April 27th. You'll be interested to know. 20 years ago, today, in 2006, construction crews began building the Freedom Tower at the World Trade Center site, marking the start of a symbolic skyline renewal. The project represented a milestone in resilience and design, aiming to honor victims while creating a new civic landmark and inspiring confidence in the city's future. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. This morning, it's looking 1+ foot with choppy conditions. Waves are holding steady at 1 foot through the day. Winds are onshore at 6 miles per hour now, picking up to 12 miles per hour by late afternoon. Expect bumpy conditions as the wind shifts to the west-southwest later on. Best time to ride is at 7 a.m. with a 4-foot high tide, when the south-southwest swell is 1 foot at 12 seconds, and the onshore wind is 6 miles per hour. The first high tide on Monday will be 4.5 feet, just before 7:30 a.m., followed by a 0-foot low tide at 1:30. The nearshore buoy at Santa Monica Pier reads 62 degrees for the water temperature. Conditions remain clean with consistent 1 to 2 foot waves on Tuesday, ideal for beginners. Wednesday maintains similar size but sees a slight increase in choppy conditions by afternoon. Thursday starts clean, but transitions to choppy as winds pick up, with fair conditions prevailing later in the day. Overall, Tuesday offers the best surf experience of the 3 days. This morning, it's mostly sunny, and it feels like 56 degrees with 5 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:34, and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:07. It looks like we're in for some sunny weather today, with a high near 63 and a breezy west-southwest wind around 12 miles per hour with gusts reaching 20. If you're inland, it will hit a high of 63. Tonight, expect mostly clear skies with a low around 52 and light winds around 8 miles per hour. Looking ahead in the weather, Tuesday is mostly sunny with a high near 66 and a light south-southwest breeze up to 10 miles per hour. Patchy fog is possible late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning with lows near 55. Then Wednesday turns partly sunny with a high near 68 and mostly cloudy Wednesday night with lows near 57. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, starting June 1st, new federal rules expand CalFresh work and community engagement requirements for recipients aged 18 to 64. Most able-bodied adults without dependents must work, volunteer, or attend school for at least 20 hours weekly to keep benefits beyond 3 months. Exemptions remain for individuals with disabilities, pregnant individuals, and residents of 7 California counties currently under a waiver. These adjustments specifically target able-bodied adults without dependents, expanding criteria for those who must participate to maintain their benefits. To remain eligible for more than 3 months, individuals must work an average of 20 hours per week or earn at least $217 weekly before taxes. Now on to sports. Mike Tomlin spoke with NBC's Maria Taylor about his departure from the Pittsburgh Steelers. He stated that he walked away, in part, due to the recent lack of playoff success, and he believes some of his veterans are worthy of the excitement and the optimism associated with new leadership. Tomlin, in his first interview since resigning in February, noted that this was probably not an overnight decision. He mentioned a sense of loneliness with leadership and felt it was a good time for him personally, as well as for the organization. The Steelers have not won a playoff game since 2016. In local sports, the Dodgers are rolling. They shut out the Cubs 6-3 yesterday behind Justin Robleski, who tossed 6 scoreless innings with 6 strikeouts for his 4th straight win. Shohei Ohtani went 3 for 3 with a homer and an RBI. LA takes the series 2 of 3 and sits 19-9, dominating with their pitching right now. Tonight they host Miami at Dodger Stadium at 7:10. Yoshinobu Yamamoto gets the ball against Chris Paddock in what should be another stellar matchup. The boys in blue are in a rhythm after a rough patch earlier this month, and Dodger Stadium is the place to keep it rolling. Meanwhile, the Kings season is over. Colorado swept them in the first round, winning yesterday 5-1 at Crypto.com Arena. That was the final game of Anze Kopitar's 20-year LA career, a legend in purple and white who won 2 Stanley Cups here. The Kings struggled all series, managing just 4 goals total as the Avalanche rolled through. On the hardwood, the Lakers hold a 3-0 series lead over Houston heading into Game 5 tomorrow night at Crypto.com Arena. They are 1 win away from the second round. In top news, the Pentagon's push to secure rare earth elements leads to the small port city of Kuantan, Malaysia. Here, Lynas Rare Earths, an Australian company, has begun producing heavy rare earths, a sector dominated by China. Amanda Lacaze, Lynas's chief executive, stated, "No one had made a separated heavy rare earth outside of China in 20 years. Paul Leroux, the company's chief operating officer, claimed it had actually been 30 years. When China halted exports during trade tensions last year, automobile factories in the United States and Europe had to stop production. Now Lynas is at the forefront of efforts to counter Beijing's monopoly power." In business news, key home price data is expected Tuesday. Where listing prices are rising and falling most this spring. Home price gains likely inched up in February, according to estimates for a closely watched gauge that is due on Tuesday. However, whether you notice prices ramping up or dropping this spring depends on where you live. Home price changes have been tepid over the past year, according to Standard & Poor's CoreLogic Case-Shiller Home Price Indices data. In January, the index was 1.2% higher from 1 year prior, its slowest gain since mid-2023. Economists foresee February prices in the 20-city index rising 1.3% from 1 year prior. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is up 6.5% over the weekend to about $79,000. Ethereum is up 3% to about $2,000. And XRP is up 2% to $1.44. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk science. One side of Earth is rapidly getting colder than the other. It is a strange tale of 2 hemispheres. Research shows the Pacific Hemisphere is losing heat faster than the African Hemisphere. The heat originates from Earth's molten interior, which causes continental drift. Landmass traps more heat than seafloor surface, indicating a hotter Pacific in the past. Scientists from the University of Oslo report that one side of Earth's interior is losing heat much faster than the other. A study published in Geophysical Research Letters uses computer models to analyze how insulated each hemisphere was by continental mass. And in entertainment news, the musical performance-packed movie about pop star Michael Jackson is a hit, despite negative reviews from critics. Hollywood's bet that audiences want to celebrate Michael Jackson paid off this weekend, as a biopic about the pop star opened to an estimated $217.4 million in worldwide sales. Michael grossed $97 million domestically and $120.4 million internationally. Despite largely negative reviews, audiences flocked to the uplifting film packed with classic songs like Bad and Thriller. Michael earned a grade from opening night audiences, with about 60% of ticket buyers being women. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American architect and visionary, Frank Lloyd Wright. And he said, "The mother art is architecture. Without an architecture of our own, we have no soul of our own civilization." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings Venice Beach.